Susan Boyle, became a sensation because no one was expecting that voice to come out of her mouth. Right. And now she's gotten a makeover. Now, was it a good move?
I like it. I like it.
Where's the makeover?
That's bad. She got her eyebrows. She's got her eyebrows a little bit tweaked. She dyed her hair. I think that's the only thing she did. She tweaked her eyebrows and they dyed her hair. Yeah, you can't. There's a little bit of. Yeah, she's got a leather.
Looks similar to me.
Yeah, she looks like the same.
She looks like Susan Boyle. Okay, then I can. If she looks like herself, then I'm fine with. Then I'm fine. If she ended up looking like, I don't know,
Marilyn Monroe,
it would piss me off. I mean, do you think that you need to look like everybody else in order to make it?
Well, I think this is something that Susan Boyle went and did, something that she wanted to do, so I think it's okay, and it's very moderate. Like you said, I wouldn't want to see her go with the hair extensions and everything, but,
I think the challenge is staying that way. I think we're sort of in an era where we're starting to really appreciate where people come from. Kind of, so if you go back to even American Idol with Clay Aiken, you know what I mean? He won the hearts before he really looked like anybody else. He was just himself, and we fell in love with his voice.
Stay that way.
They do get idolized when they go through, they sort of get through the makeover and they get highlights all of a sudden.
It seems like nobody ever stays the way they are. Well, except if you're Richard Simmons, he's still got them track shorts on. But it seems like everybody, you stay the way you are.
You do.
But I'm saying like on these kind of shows, like the Britons. I'm saying like the Britain's Got Talent or the American Idol. They start one way.
The best example of looks and how is Barbra Streisand, who when she first started, she was 19 years old and she did not look like everybody else.
Right.
And I remember
she still doesn't.
And she still doesn't. In fact, I went one time to see her and she has a lyric in one of her songs. I kept my nose to spite my face. Is a lyric, and it was very endearing. I thought, she's not going to change her looks, and she was so talented that it just was not an issue.
It's crazy.
This woman might be in that same category.
I think she knows we love her for who she is. And, if she wants to go and get hair color, fine, good. I think that she should do it because she makes her feel good. But we love her no matter what.
Somebody said backstage that Barbara was young, and the audience is more apt to accept a girl who's different when they're young than when they're older, like this woman. You think that's true?
I don't believe that so much. I think that's a lot of media stuff. What we saw was people sort of recognizing that, judging books by its cover might not always be the best way. So I believe that if you give people the opportunity to hear stuff being sung by someone, and then making up their minds and letting the person decide what shift they want to make.
Yeah. But then for you, Whoopi, because you haven't changed, you stay the same. Now, has Hollywood, in your illustrious career, have they come at you to say, get a weave?
No.
Or so nobody's ever bothered you about?
No.
Because so many people...
People have expressed how different looking I was. Right. But I look now and everybody's got dreads. A lot of folks have dreads.
But when you started, you opened the door for women to wear dreads even in the workplace.
But also, I didn't mind getting the what's that on your head conversation.
Right. Like I said,
so it really it has to be about, Bwana. I always call it Bwana, the first person that goes down the path. They always say, they always have the guy walking down with the big white thing in the safari outfit. He says, Gebeke, go down there and see if there's a path over there. And Gebeke says, huh? And then they said, no, go over there and see. So there's always the person that goes out, and then you had... And you take the shot. So as you go, Bwana, everything's cool.
You have to take the shot.
You have to take the shot.